Hello, Code and Math family. Welcome back. I am Ramanand, and today we are exploring a magical container in Java that is array. One name, many values. Sounds interesting, right? So let's dive in. Why do we need array? Okay. Suppose you want to store marks of 100 students without array. We write M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 array by 100 variables, right? That's not programming, that's the punishment. But with array, just write marks and boom, all marks are stored in one name only. So what array do is array just save the time, memory, and yes, your sanity too. So we can say that these are the essential parts of the array. Every value in the array has an address, right, which we call the index. And surprise, index always start with the 0, right? So if we say the marks 0, then we will get the value as 90. When we will write the marks 1, then we will get 85. When we write marks 2, then we will get 70, because 70 is at the 2 index. So if you exceed the index, then Java will scream. It will say array index out of bound exception. मतलब limit में रहो. Okay. So now we should know how to create this array. Right. So we can say that array is the most important things when it comes to store the numbers of variables in a single variable. Okay. So now, what is an array? An array is a container that stores multiple values of the same type. Imagine a chocolate box. Box has one name, but inside many chocolates. So, same way we can say that one name, many values, and that's the power of array, right? So, let us talk about the types of array in Java. Array comes in a three cool styles. Okay, like ice cream in a different flavor, like single dimensional array, two dimensional array, and jagged array. If we talk about the single dimensional array, then it's a simple list like roll numbers or marks, we can say, and it is also a linear sequence of element ideal for simple list of data, right? So when it comes to the two dimensional array, then it's a rows plus column, means it's just like a table. We initialize it like this, and this is an array which is perfect for the representing tables, as I said, and also the matrices with the rows and column, right? So when it comes to the jagged array, then it is a special type of multidimensional array where inner arrays can have the different length, offering flexible structures, means where rows have different sizes, like a playground with different tracks length, right? So now we will learn each step by step. So let's first explore the array. When we talk about the array indexing, then so let us learn how to create an array, right? So we have the two method. First one is direct initialization and second one is using the new keyword. Let us explore the direct initialization. When it comes to the direct initialization, we write first the data type, that is int or boolean or anything you can write. Then we write the name of the array, then we give this bracket, right? Then we give the assigned value equal to, then we write all these values separated by comma under the braces, right? So values assigned directly means here we initialize also, as well as here we declared the arrays as well as initialized at the same time. Okay, so both method create the same array. Okay, when it comes to the new keyword in second method, then we can say that we write the int, then we write the name of the array, then give the bracket, and then we use the new keyword. Okay, and within the bracket we write the size of that array. Okay, then now we can initialize it further by accessing it with index number. Like, see, you can see here it is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and it is being assigned to that array only, right? So but we can say that once size is given in the array, it cannot be changed. As you can see here, it is written size becomes fixed after creation. So once it is in a so once the size is given, it cannot be changed, right? So arrays as like buses, fixed number of seats. You cannot increase or decrease, right? So let's come to the how to access the array element. As we have little bit discussed, but now we will explore it deeply. We can use the index to access the element of the array, right? Suppose we want to print the array element of index number 2, so we will write the system.out.println, which is a function to print, and within the bracket we will pass the value arr, means the name of the array, and within the bracket we will write the index number. So the element on the index number 2 will get printed, means third value will be printed. So you can see here, and if you mistakenly write the index number greater than the present, then it will give an error for the invalid access. So you can so you should think once putting the value of the index number, right? So when it comes to the arrays with loop, means for the for loop is essential for iterating through arrays. Means for loop is the array through which you can iterate through all the element of the array, right? Which makes it efficient to access, modify each element, right? So instead of doing the manual repetition, we can use the loop. Suppose I want to print the all the element within the array, so we are not going to write the, if there are 10 elements, then we are not going to write 10 times the print statement to print all the array. So we what we will do is we will implement the for loop, and we will iterate to all the elements of the array. Using this array dot length, we will get the full length of the array, and as we know that it is starting from 0, so that's why its index number will end up to length minus 1. Okay, so we will iterate through the for loop, and through this all element will be printed. So means the, so using this dot length function, we can automatically get the length of the array and get printed every element. And also we don't need to manually count the length of the array. We can simply use this method and get printed. So now let's talk about the some functionalities or some operations to be performed on the array. Like you can see that there is an array named marks, which has four values, and we initialize one variable named sum to 0. And what we are doing is we are calculating the average marks of these among these marks. Okay, so we will use the for loop to iterate through all the elements. So we what we are doing here is we are just uh, adding up all the elements of the array. See, sum is being added with every element, like marks I means first time 0, second time 1, third time 2. In this way we will get the sum of all the element of this array. So we know the formula how to calculate the average total sum by the number of marks. Okay, so in this way we can get the average and we can print to it. So what are the applications of array? We can say we can create the report card for showing the marks. We can also calculate the data, anything, means anything. If you want to calculate, then we can use this array as well as loop. And also some business app uses this type of functionalities like arrays, right? So let us talk about its limitations. What are the limitations of the array? Means array are not always ideal, because once the array is initialized, with the fixed size, then it cannot be changed. Okay, and only one means only same data type are allowed. Means you cannot store several data type variable in one array. So this is the limitations, and it is also hard to insert or delete the values. So if you want to insert new value to the array, then we cannot insert. Yeah, we can modify, but we cannot insert new value. We can also cannot delete the values, right? Uh, so yeah, this is possible. This is possible in Java, of course, but not with the array. We need to learn about the array list, which is a part of collection. We will study soon in the further tutorial, right? So let us summarize what we discussed today. At is array is a multiple values with this one name, right? It stores multiple value with the one name, and its index start from 0. We can access it with the, like this array name and giving the index of that array, right? What do loops do in this array? Loops just iterate through all the elements easily, right? Array dot length will give the array size, and the array is of fixed size, and the same data of variables can be stored in an array. So this was the quick revision of the today's tutorial. So in the next video we will be talking about the 2D arrays, right? And the some patterns in Java, that how we can create some unique pattern to get some benefit. Like we can create the triangle, we can create the rectangle, we can create some figures, means anything we can create through the patterns in Java with using the array as well as loops, right? So if you really enjoyed the learning, please hit the like button, smash subscribe, and also comment that I want patterns video, right? So let us see you in the next video. Up to that time, keep learning, keep growing, and happy coding. Thank you.